Welcome back to episode 82 of the Amateur Hour podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are seeing us on your screens or through your headphones while you're doing your cardio session, walk, whatever the weather. I hope we're here to help you through the next hour or two. Not 2 hours, but the next hour and a bit. But how are you, mate? How are you getting on? How's your Thursday?
I'm good, mate. I'm very, very good. Been a productive week. Week's flown by, to be honest. Training's good. Bodybuilding's back in a good routine, good rhythm. Can't complain.
How are
Can't.
you finding that, mate? Like not getting back into like routine because we always have that structure. I call it like the levels, isn't it? Like it's the intent. We always get the action done, but it's the intent behind the action. So we can go for the walk, we can get the meals done, but it's like meal timings, bang on,
Yeah.
training, bang
That
on.
was just it. Like specifically meal timings. Like before, I was hitting my food, but it was like, fuck. It got to like 3 p.m. I was like, fuck. I had one meal. I need to
Yeah.
do all of this into like last minute meals. So being a little bit more on top of a little bit more, being fully on top of it now with meal timings, actually following the plan properly, and just like training back to where I need to be. Everything's coming together really nicely. Feeling a lot better. Gears in, hormones are definitely leveling out. Um, we're good, man. Like I don't know if we said it in the last podcast, but when I got my bloods done, my testosterone came back at 4 nanomoles. I think I said it. I can't remember.
I don't think you did, mate, because I'd have been like, what?
Okay, yeah. So my test came back at 4. And then my estrogen was 6 or something.
I
Like
was gonna say, mate, no
oh,
wonder.
so yeah, I was feeling bad and then obviously feeling way worse because of that.
Mhm.
Gear going back in has made a massive difference. Obviously in the way that we're feeling. But train performance as well. Like everything is feeling better. I'm creeping up in strength every session.
I'm not surprised, mate.
Back to where I should be. For this simple fucking fix of just doing what I needed to be doing.
Hey, Carl Launder, the 85-year-old man. Goodness me.
I know, bro.
Gee whiz. I bet you
Four,
felt horrendous.
4 nanomoles, bro.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, I've been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, mate. It's not a nice feeling, but I'm glad to see that you're back rocking and rolling, mate. I usually find that when I'm never usually like off it, but we know that the intention behind the action, so like I feel a bit less purposeful.
Yeah.
That's all when it's a little bit more busier and then you run behind on meal timings and you get your steps a little bit later and you don't do fasted cardio, you do post-workout cardio. So you still get it done.
Yeah.
It's just not in the, I'm not sure the right way, but the way I prefer it to. That's all.
Exactly.
When you sort of get it dialed in.
Yeah.
But no, that's glad to hear, mate. That's good to
Yeah.
hear.
How's things on your end?
Good, mate. Another productive week for myself. I'm finding myself in a position now where obviously the first show of the season is around 8 weeks away for myself. So
Mhm.
I've got 8 weeks where I can just I'm still traveling here and there, mate. So yesterday I went to go train with Toby. Saturday I'm going to the Physique Club, Finn Kelly and Reese Pearson's gym. So I'm seeing my figure client Harley and
Nice.
Sydney with Shah. So she gets posed by Sanaya. So I get
Cool.
to see her pose and then I get to train with her afterwards. And then Monday I'm going to Cheshire to see Jake. He's 8.5 weeks out. So we're all over the place, mate, but it's good to say
Yeah.
the least. I'm always a fan of trying to see people in person and when you're in prep, mate, especially in like that no man's land area around sort of 8 weeks out. The last no, I won't say the last thing, but I know how you feel when you're in that position. You just want to sort of stay in your routine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why I always try and make the effort, mate, to go over there and see people and make their life a little bit easier. So that's what we're doing over the next sort of 8 weeks, mate. So dieting down currently. My peak body weight was 167. This morning I was 254.6. So a couple of weeks dieting, 13 pounds down. Going not aggressive, but
Okay.
and when you hear people say, "Yeah, I'm not that hungry," when realistically they're pretty hungry. But
Yeah.
I'm in that position where I'm not really that hungry.
Okay.
Um, so it's quite nice, mate, because I'm not gonna lie, usually in dieting phases, I am on the hungrier side, but the body weight just seems to be trending down. But that might be that's down to how like I'm much busier now and stuff, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm to focus on like on when's my next meal. It's more, oh, it's meal time, and then like for example, well, it's 6:15 now. Have my last meal at 6. I've got work now till on a podcast with you, doing work until 8, and then next thing you know, it's next time for the next meal, shower, bed, and it's all good. So, Joey, you feel like nothing's changed, but it just takes the body a couple of weeks to get into like that. And now I start feeling it. Nothing's changed at all. Steps, cardio, food, all remain the same. But now I feel like I'm dieting. Joe, you know when you wake up and get a new low, but then you
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you wake up and you're like, nah, I'm not lighter at all. Um, just takes my body a little bit of time to churn away. So
You know when you it's more towards like the back end of prep, but like when you wake up and before you stepped on the scale, like you know if you've dropped because you can
yeah.
feel
Oh,
it. The way
mate.
that you get out of bed, you're like, oh,
Yeah. You
yeah.
feel like you feel empty. Yeah, I feel like an empty crisp packet, mate.
I
And
would get so excited to weigh in every morning. So I'm like, oh, I feel like
then
yeah,
when it gets to the point of prep where it doesn't matter how you feel, I'm definitely, don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near a prep, but like, when the body and the mind are working together and it's like you don't feel like a week's flown by.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the days just seem to merge into one, and then it's just like this is pretty cool. Like you don't think about like anything but just like waking up new low, getting it done. And then when you get into that routine, it's really hard to stop. So I'm getting like back to back lows, but I've dropped like I think 7 pounds in the past 6 days, something like that, whatever. But it's going well, mate. But I think there's no better feeling than waking up on prep and getting a new low, and then you just not I felt that, but like you can tell when you wake up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know when you've dropped, and it's like I got to a point when I knew I'd dropped, I'd weighed in, I was buzzing about it, and I was actually like excited to take my check-in pictures. I was like
Mm.
every day I just got more and more excited to take pictures. Whereas like in the off season, a lot of the time when I'm getting ready to take like a check on my check-in day, I wake up and I'm like, oh man, I can't be arsed, man. I don't
Yeah,
want to take these.
mate, it's true.
Uh,
It's so true, mate. And it just goes to show. It's not like a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I sort of thrive in prep," but I won't really push up after this. I'll sort of not hold, but I'll just be at a nice maintenance of around like 250 more than likely or 245 because I feel like I work well there, I perform well there, and I just feel great there. But if I was to push up again, I want to make sure that like I'm up for checking in all the time.
yeah,
And that might be more check-ins with myself or whatnot, or whatever. But it does get to a point where you got to put the trunks on and stuff, and then you got to like look. It's just you don't see it though, do you? With like a new low, you see new detail. But then that's bodybuilding.
yeah,
Bodybuilding, funnily enough, that's where you need
exactly.
discipline.
Got to
So
do it.
that is me, but that's something that I probably struggle with in my not struggle with, but like that's probably the wrong word. But that's where a lot of people struggle with in their off
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
They don't see the changes. And then in a diet, next thing you know, you see someone like improve tenfold. That's why, mate, you see so many people saying, "Oh, I've grew tissue in prep." Not really, mate. You just literally just did everything that you usually do way better.
yeah.
So I do get
It's
it,
true. It is true. I think
mate.
the whole I
It's,
thrive in prep is to a degree like relate quite hard to it. I think I'm a lot more productive, but obviously that's like to a certain extent. Once I passed that threshold of like being 4 weeks out or something, that's when I'm like a little bit more sluggish or whatever. But up in like that nice sweet spot between like 5 weeks out and I don't know, 10, 11 weeks out, I am like a fucking machine, bro. My motivation's higher because I can see like daily changes pretty much. My work is better. I'm sleeping like but that's just because it's prep. Like
Mhm.
it's nothing to do with losing the weight. Well, it might be a little bit, but it's more to do with like having that strict routine in place, like super strict routine in place. It just benefits everything.
It does, mate. That honestly, I cannot. Obviously, I didn't really document my prep, but I sort of wish I did
Yeah.
because I was so on it, mate. Driving up and down the country to Scotland and back, and I was there like, yeah, like, you just throw anything at me. Like
Mhm.
check-ins, stopping off at the service station, 5 check-ins, travel an hour, 5 check-ins, travel an hour, 5 check-ins, and at the end of the day, mate, I was there like steps, got it. I was there like wake up again, cardio, and I was just, the feeling, mate. And there is nothing better, and it makes me think like, imagine just staying there all the time and trying to find like a fine balance of not being like 5 weeks out condition, but imagine being like 8 to 10 weeks out condition. and actually looking like you lift
Yeah,
sometimes. And then feeling productive. And that's what I want to be at, mate. And not because I want to look at myself and go, oh yeah. It's more I find myself more productive
yeah.
and with the routine and stuff. But that's what you find when you're in prep, mate. And then it gets to a point where you just like, yeah, it just goes downhill. Just trying to find that sweet spot, mate. But like you said, man, it's very easy for people to lock in when it comes to prep. But that's the reason why a lot of people make like they'll grow tissue in prep. It's just because they do everything so much better.
Yeah.
Like they go, like for example, making sure they sleep on time, wake up at the same time, do cardio, make sure they're focusing on salt intake, fluid intake, like everything's way to the ground.
Mhm.
And it makes you think like, imagine if you're doing that for a whole year in the off season in a surplus.
And you look at the bodybuilders who do that in the off season, and you see the progress they're making, and it's levels above.
Naz, first one that comes to my head, Naz. Like, why is he
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
from
100%.
being like 10th, no, sorry, 11th in the Olympia to 5th?
Yeah,
Because literally he treats every day like it's prep. And
yeah.
he's made so much progress that he's going to have to like drag into his cap because he's literally too big. His off season was 9 weeks because if his off season was too much longer, he would have grown too much tissue. Like that's what happens. And he goes, I remember putting a story up this morning. He was just like, yeah, back to work again. And I'm like, nothing's really changed though for you, mate.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. But then again, when you have the genetics and the hard work, look what happens. But it does make you think, like, and if you can instill that into a client, mate, when they're post show, and like if you can keep doing this for a year,
Yeah,
and then they come back even better and grow like 5, 10 pounds of tissue in 8, 12 months.
yeah.
Just goes to show, mate, doesn't it? So, like, how much tissue did you put on, like, or muscle did you put on?
Between uh, I was 20 pounds up in Scotland,
Uh,
and I took that whole year off. So that was like, I think in total it was 13 months between shows,
yeah, man,
and it was 20. It was like 21 pounds, 21.5 pounds or something.
mental,
Yeah,
mental, mate.
yeah. That surprised me a lot. I knew I was gonna be bigger, but I didn't think I would have put on that much.
hmm
It was
It
pretty.
makes you think, like, obviously, was the first time, was it like, oh, or the last time we over dieted? Because obviously, I was like
Yeah,
28 pounds up in
yeah.
like 18 months, no, 16 months. And I was like, that's just obviously a bit like over dieting and stuff. But I was pretty happy with that.
But it's still mad progressions. Like to see
Yeah, it's
get
like,
scale weight change that much.
it is good.
Yeah,
Best form of progression, mate, in my opinion.
yeah.
But that's, I think in prep, it's very easy to get lost in the fact of understanding how much you're on it. And then everyone goes, you're growing so much muscle, mate. And they're like, no, you just, you just like another level up. Like, try and do that in your off season when you look a little bit softer and motivation's down and you feel a little bit like draggy and lethargic and food's heavy. And then that's when it shines through.
That's when you make the changes.
It's true, man. It is very, very true. But obviously, for yourself, mate, I know we spoke about your competitive goals this year.
Hmm.
Do you know anyone that is competing in the juniors? I've not seen that many juniors this year who are aiming for the back end of the year. I really, really,
Um,
um,
Not too sure. I had someone commented on, I think it was on my TikTok somewhere, who's doing the PCA or said that they want to do the PCA British as well. Um, there's another one as well. You know, Elliot's client, Jake. Oh, fuck, is it Jacob? J Bell. J Bell lives.
yes, mate.
I can't remember if it's Jacob or no, it's not Jacob. That sounds wrong.
I know him as J Bell.
Yeah, him.
Freak.
Yeah, he's doing. I think he's doing Yorkshire and the British as well. So I'll be up against him with both of them. And then Ethan Coffin. He did PCA Manchester. This
Oh, I see.
I don't know. That might be
Mm.
too blurry, but
The only reason why I'm asking is so, guys, I've not seen that many people.
no, I
But
don't. I don't think I've seen too many.
yeah.
Good, but I mean, there's not many juniors that do like post a lot.
No, I do agree. I do agree. But I'm excited for this year, mate. I'm really, really excited. Did you go to the Beyond the Stage seminar?
No, we did. We got. I was gonna say bought tickets, but they were free. But we got tickets, but we just didn't end up going. I think Lucy was meant to be working that weekend, so we weren't going. And then last minute it changed, so we could have, but it was quite a long drive. And I mean, to be fair, it looked really good.
I didn't even know it was on.
Oh, really?
Man, I didn't even know. I mean, the guy posts so much. I just think he got lost in
Yeah.
like. Because I remember Sam messaged me. He was like, "Are you going to this?" And I'm like, "Mate, I didn't even know it was on." Then
Yeah,
Sam
it
was there,
looked
Ryan
really
Perry
good.
was there, Naz. How good did Jack look, by the way?
Jack looks fucking big, bro.
Jack looked really, really good. Really, really good. Then you had obviously Mr. Angel up there as well.
Who?
Naz Angel, Kim Angel, was it? Who was posing up there with them. And then you had Jack. So it's very good. But he looks really, really good, man. I'm obviously backing him for this year. I think he's doing Bebo,
He's doing some big. He's doing
New
Pittsburgh, New
York,
York.
Pittsburgh, doing the big shows. So that'll be good, man. Obviously, Naz is doing Pittsburgh and New York as well. So that's good to see those two.
You think Naz will win Pittsburgh or New York or
I
both?
think I hope so, mate. I really hope so. I hope Jack as well. As well, I really, really hope Jack as well. I know that he came fifth at Detroit. I think it was last year. Was it Detroit? Was it fifth? I think it was fifth or fourth. He came top five anyway.
Yeah, because I think Alex got fourth.
Yeah, so
I
I
think
know.
Jack got
Yeah,
fifth.
obviously Alex is competing towards the back end of the year as well. So it'll be good to see the boys out there. But yeah, Jack looks fantastic. I do hope he just gets uh, what he deserves, mate, which will be
Yeah,
decent. Not like he didn't last year, but I hope that I hope he looks decent. I
yeah.
hope.
It'd be cool to see what he looks like with Kyle because the only people you really well that I've really seen Kyle I was gonna say produce, that's probably not the right word, but put on stage are influencers, like solely just influencers. Like,
Mhm.
was it James English
James English,
and
yeah.
Anthony Mantello?
Hmm.
And he turned them both pro, which was sick. And then obviously he prepped Nick for the Olympia, but I don't think they've continued anymore over there.
No, I don't think they work together anymore, mate.
Uh,
Nick's actually coached himself for the Arnolds. So
probably the best thing for him. If he's really like choppy and changey with coaches, it is probably the best thing for him.
yeah, I think it's nice to see him just do his own thing, mate, if anything. So I think some people, they're not uncoachable, but when you're blaming the coach for getting something wrong, at the end of the day, it is on the coach. But I don't know.
But to what
Sometimes.
extent, I think, is the main point. Yeah.
But I hope he does well as well, mate. It's a shame that he's not coming to the Arnolds in the UK because
Are you going to the Arnolds in the UK?
yeah, mate. Yeah, I got tickets straight away. So then I went on them again. They were sold out. So I'm glad that I got a ticket. But going there, it'll be good to see Hardy. I'm glad Hardy's doing it, mate. 'Cause obviously, I was thinking he wasn't going to do it with what was
Yeah.
going on in Iran. But you got him. You've got Martin.
Yeah.
Who else is there as well? You got Raphael, who's doing the one in the US, but he's not coming to
Brandon
the UK.
Curry.
Brandon Curry as well.
Is he doing the UK one as well?
Yeah, I think so, mate. I hope so. Yeah, I think he is.
Andrew
Uh,
Jacked.
Andrew Jacked as well, mate. Mental. Who do you think will win? Who do you think will win? Andrew or Hardy?
I'm leaning towards Martin. I think
Mate, I'm so glad you mentioned
I
Martin. Looks
I
so good.
really think Martin could win it. I think Hardy's obviously the favorite, I think, but then I'd say favorite. I'd rather Martin win it. Andrew is fucking phenomenal. So it
Hmm.
will be a really good show, but I just think I prefer Martin over both of them. I think Martin's look and just overall presentation is fucking amazing.
Hmm. When I saw Martin in Prague,
Oh yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Mm,
Like he was, especially from the rear as well, the density through the back shots. He was like murdering Seaban.
yeah,
Like it was ridiculous. I don't think that shows though and translates over like video.
no chance.
But then again,
I saw Martin at the UK Arnold's in,
yeah, when he was bold,
yeah, what was it, 22?
22, that I was there as well.
He was young.
Yeah, man.
That one. So
He
yeah,
actually looks like he
sick.
actually probably looks like older then. I thought it looked really, he
Yeah,
tried to have a little bit of hair on top, didn't he?
yeah.
Now he just, like shaved it all off. But that's probably my first ever pro show that I went to when you saw.
I think same with me as well.
Yeah, I think I had James there. You
Yeah.
had
Andrew Jack.
Dwayne, Josh Maley, Andrew. Yeah, so and then you had Johnson as well.
Yeah, Patrick.
Andrew Johnson. Yeah. So yeah, man. Wow. Michael the Ball won classic against Wesley that
Did.
day.
Oh yeah, shit. And obviously Naz and Yemi both did.
Yeah, they both. Yeah,
And
I wish
and
Yemi.
who was the other one that did? The long Craig Morton.
Craig Morton,
He
mate, the
did
guy
it.
massive.
Yeah. That was
That was a good show. That was a really good show.
yeah.
Genuinely. I remember seeing the giant Jamie Johal, and I was there like, what is going on, mate? That is ridiculous. He hit a front lat spread like right in front of me when he came to start, and I was like, I was just in awe, mate. That's like the first, like, obviously, that's what I was like, first year of bodybuilding. I was like, I'm gonna be him.
I remember at that show I was sat quiet. Obviously, they were all like the floor seats, and then there were some raised ones at the back. I was in the raised ones at the back, and we had Nathan Diasher and his mates were like sat in like 2 rows or 3 rows in front of me, and obviously he hates 2 rows. So, and that was their like one year that they did the Arnolds, and when they all came out, Nathan was just like throwing out slurs at everyone.
Didn't
He was
surprise me.
he sounded drunk, like he was just fucking about laughing and just like just saying, "Oh, he looks shit. He looks fucking shit."
But that was the year where, or the year before, Nathan went on like win after win after win after win. I think he won like 3 or 4 shows that year, didn't he? So
Yeah, yeah.
he has a leg to stand on really well when no one else really does. So has he still got the most wins out of it? And
I believe so.
yeah, it's like 12 or something, isn't it? 10 or 12?
I think it's 12.
Yeah, something ridiculous. But mate, fair play to the guy. Are you going to any shows this year? Like, because I know there's a pro show. Um,
Are they doing another one in Bradford?
I hope so.
If they are, I'll
Really,
definitely go to
really
that
hope
one
so.
because that was literally like 20 minutes from me. So, if they do another British, I'll go to that for sure.
The live show is that was horrendous, mate. Watching it on YouTube was
I saw people's like screenshots of it. I remember looking behind me and seeing the camera that was set up for it, and I was like, "There's no fucking way they've just."
it's horrific, mate. You couldn't even see the whole stage.
Yeah, I saw it, and there was like a big fucking pole in the middle of it or something.
Yeah, and was the music not working as well?
Music was wrong. The screen had the wrong athletes' names on it when they were coming on.
Oh, mate.
Everything went wrong at that show.
What?
Yeah, yeah, and it was good, like a good lineup. Obviously, like James, fucking Crizzo,
Sass.
Sass, yeah, Phil Brick. Uh, it was a good show. It was just really poor. It's two bros, man. It was just really poorly run,
Hmm.
unfortunately. So I feel like they probably won't do another show this year.
No, I was, yeah, to be fair, but off the back of that, I don't think they will.
I doubt it.
Because it was absolutely horrific, mate. But with that being said, mate, we'll go back to what our first topic was, like mistakes in prep.
Hmm.
What's the biggest mistake you've made in prep? That's the question that I got asked, mate, today. Like, what's the
Oh,
biggest
okay.
mistake you've made in prep?
Um, touched on it a little bit in the last one, to be fair, but I think just doing too much.
Doing too much.
I think that is probably the biggest mistake. I can't think of anything else that I've done personally that would have led to. Oh, I mean, this could fall under doing too much, but having your step count knocked out at the beginning of the day, like all of it,
Mate, that's what I did.
fucks you so hard. Because
That's what I did, mate.
me and Lucy, when we were prepping together, we used to walk down to this gym like 30 minutes away. We used to walk every morning there to do cardio and then walk back. So we'd get majority of our steps done and cardio done before 7:30, 8 a.m. And then I was just fucked. I was like, oh, my expenditure has to go a lot higher. So my
Mhm.
steps ended up having to go to like, by my own fault, having to go to like 16, 17,000. I was just like, I didn't need to do any of that. Like pushing my steps, because I was getting what 8K, 9K done by before 8 a.m. And my target was like 10 or 11. So just fucks you. I just think you need to space them out. And it helps with like just everything else, food, like
Mate,
everything.
I remember doing that on my prep, mate. When cardio got pulled, I was like, I'm just gonna do all my steps fasted then.
Yeah.
And then next thing I was like, yeah, I've got digestive stress. Oh, what are you doing with your steps? I'm doing them all early. Oh, fantastic. I've got a whole day of food sitting in my gut. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
Going question, like it's that's not a good one. But I mean that like I said, that does kind of fall under the doing too much. Uh,
Hmm.
other mistakes maybe. Um, I think overly obsessing with when I don't know how you do it or how when you've had refeeds when you were with like Christian or whoever was coaching you. Um, when someone gives you a refeed and they say maybe like for example before Tom would give me a refeed and he'd say add. 300 grams of carbs to your current macros. I would then get so excited that I could macro track my own food into this.
I
And
could not do that, mate.
I would overthink it, and I would try and add in the most stupid shit. Not like sweets or anything, but I'd try and just do too much. I'd do too much to make this day special, and it would be shit, and it would make me feel like shit. The food wouldn't sit well. So eventually, I was just like, Tom, can you just write me a meal plan for today,
Mate,
please?
I would have to have that.
Yeah.
And because it's just decision fatigue.
Mm.
I've never said to a client like have 300 carb extra. Mate, I couldn't even do that or have like 50 carb extra each meal because I know that I'd have like 7 grams of honey,
Yeah, yeah.
7 grams of jam, 23 grams of cocoa pops. And it's just
Yeah.
like,
You don't want to waste the opportunity you've got here. So it's like,
no.
how can I fit everything I'm craving into this one day of extra carbs? Because I remember when I came down to intent with you and Ben that
Mhm,
time, I had a refeed day that day, which was sick, and I was buzzing about it. And always, up until that point, I was always doing like 2 days on the trot were refeeds, really. And that was the first day. So I was like, I didn't mind that we were traveling a bit because I was like, I've got tomorrow to sit at home and enjoy this food. And then I was overly stressed about picking which food to have for that day. I checked in the next morning. He was like, all right, back to low food. And was like, I was so pissed. I was like, oh my God, okay. And then immediately I just felt worse. Like the hunger got
Oh,
10 times worse because of how annoyed I was. So I was like,
oh,
I
mate.
said to him, I was like, next time you give me a refeed, can you just send me which food to have? Because I can't do this decision making now.
Yeah, my first ever prep, I only had one or two high days back to back. I think it was like 11 weeks out.
Mm.
I didn't need them, mate. I was too fat. I was too fat. And then in my second prep, I was having like Domino's as like
Oh
a
yeah, I remember this. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I remember this.
which I would never do for a client
Yeah.
anyway. It's pretty crazy. To be fair, tell like Jake's doing something currently where he's having like a Nando's or a burger and he's having like half a Ben and Jerry's, but he's always run that.
Okay.
And I didn't have Domino's for ages, mate. But I think because of what I was doing, it was just and it wasn't any specific day. I was checking in every day from 10 weeks out, and that would be like, let's run it today. And it would just be a Domino's on top. And it would be a chicken and ham and pineapple one, I believe it was.
Right.
Like a large pizza. I remember this is pretty funny actually. So I didn't actually tell that. So that if you're hearing this, mate, don't worry, we still came in condition. But I remember once, mate, they got my order wrong. And it was the time when the Easter egg cookies were coming out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like on us, have 2 packs of cookies. And I was like, oh no. Like I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have them.
Nice. What were they
I
like?
was
The cream egg?
like, oh mate, they were warm. Like, oh bro, I think I had three in the end, mate. Because I was like, I can't have half. I had three, and I was just like, bro, oh mate, that was just incredible. I think the next day, I think I woke up because I never gained weight from them,
Okay.
never. So it
Because
was,
you were digging like super hard through the week, weren't you?
mate, yeah. So I was doing 80 minutes cardio, so 60 minutes fasted, 20 minutes post workout, 18,000 steps, and 8 rounds of fasted posing rounds at 8 second holds each. So that was, yeah, like 1,400 calories, 500 calories.
Okay.
So I had one carb meal on a training day and no carbs on a training on a rest day. So I had 6 carb meals a week.
Mad. And then a Domino's.
Yeah.
What?
Mate, when I just say that, mate, I'm like, how? Literally, I had oats pre-workout, and then that was it. Then that was it, mate.
What was
Cod.
your post-workout?
At the start, it was chicken and lettuce and cream of rice, like bulk up the meal.
Okay.
And afterwards, mate, it was just chicken salad.
Damn.
Yeah, that was from like 6 weeks out, but from 12 weeks out, it was 2 carb meals on a training day and carbless rest days because I was carbless when I moved into this house, and that was the 14th of January. So for 12 weeks, I was carbless rest days, and then from that day onwards, I was on two carb meals on
Yeah.
training days, pre and post. Um, so that was me, mate.
Damn.
Cod and lettuce, bro. Cod, lettuce, chicken and rice. Or sorry, chicken lettuce. I wish it was rice. And then,
How good did the Domino's taste at that point?
mate, mate, it sounds as good as it does when I just say like I was on the food that I was. I would make it like a whole ritual. Like it had to be perfect.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where like, I said like the late I got there and it was like just out the oven, so I wouldn't get it on delivery just in case it was sat on the side, mate. Like
Yeah.
I'd get there, I'd order it, and I'd wait there, mate. So as soon as it was ready, as soon as it
Yes.
was ready, in the car, straight home, and then I'd whack it in the oven for like 5, 10 minutes. If you do have Domino's, whack it in the oven when you get home, and it makes it like more crispy and more like hotter again.
Nice.
So yeah, man, that was just
Unreal.
yeah, man. Then, but like I said, man, I look back at that and I'm like, it had to be done though, mate. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. It was just what I had to do to get into condition relative to my starting point. So,
Yeah.
it was just one of those things, and I loved every second of it. So
Yeah, I bet.
it's, I don't, I don't look back on that and go, oh, how did I do that? It was just, I just look back and go, ooh, that's disgusting, mate.
Yeah.
But
But
it
you
is,
did it. And you were fucking peeled, so you were still peeled when we went to Scotland.
yeah, that was 4 weeks after. So,
Yeah.
yeah. People thought I was doing that show, mate, and I'm there like I'm literally here for con. Like, what are you on about? Um, I remember taking checking shots in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We were checking shots. I said, "Oh, I might take some checking shots," and I was there like, I could literally probably step on stage. Um,
Went and just jumped on the tanning bit. Got a quick top coat. No base coat.
yeah,
Weird.
got into novice, mate.
Yeah. You could have just done. I know. I was gonna say you could have done juniors with me because I was the only junior, but you weren't even a junior.
Yeah, yeah, mate. I would have got one of these, mate. Not
Yeah.
Jordan. But that was a bit of a mad experience. But yeah, post show mate was a bit of a weird one for me because I was just eating loads of food and I just wasn't getting fat, and I knew that I needed to put some weight on because you were like Tom, you're like way too lean for
Yeah.
being.
You look like you were still prepping.
It was ridiculous, mate, and I felt like that as well. I felt like it as well, mate. Like I was like the day of your show, mate. I was waking up and I was like, I'm going to do cardio, do this, and I was
Yeah.
like, when I said, mate, it was just a little bit, and then. Yes, I enjoyed it, mate. And then I think my first off plan meal was with you actually at the
After the show, yeah.
uh-huh. And
Pizza,
then
pizza
after,
palace.
yeah, mate. And then after that one, it was the sushi place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
That was my first two off plans. I was like, yeah, just Connor off plans. Connor off plans, mate.
Just me. I just
Yeah,
come to me with your plan.
yeah, that was it, mate. I
Mega.
associated you in off plans, but it was a good prep, mate. It was, and I'm happy with the look that we brought. And I literally posted on my Instagram. It doesn't matter how much you do, it doesn't warrant you to become first place because no one really cares what you had to do to get in that condition. It would have helped on the post that I probably would have stated how much I did in the end, but
Yeah.
just because you
The
do,
judges don't know what you had to do to get there, nor do they
no,
know what the
mate.
person next to you
Yeah,
did.
mate. Nor do they care, mate.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
Nor do they care. Just because you've done more than someone else doesn't mean that it warrants you to come first place. So there you go. So,
Exactly.
but should we move on to the segment amateur of the week?
Amateur of the week.
Amateur of the week. So I'll let you explain it, mate, because you put it on the story, so it makes more sense of you talking about it in terms of what we're
Of
doing.
course. Of course. So amateur of the week is a little segment we want to do once a week where if you follow us on Instagram, you would have already seen it yesterday. We put on our story like a question box where people can drop in either their own name or someone else's name who is still an amateur. I got a few that were PCA pros. That doesn't matter. Like we'll talk amateur, like IFBB amateur. Um, if that's their goal, like if they're going for IFBB, you put their name in, and then we'll pick one. We'll just talk about them for 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is on the episode. Go over what they're doing, how they're looking, what we think. Not that that exactly matters, but just shining a little bit of a light on someone. And
Mhm.
if we can push people to go and support them and follow their journey, whether it's prep or off season or whatever, then that's sick. So yeah, we got quite a few. We both got quite a few different names, which is good to see.
Mhm.
But like I said, we'll do one per episode. So if we don't pick your name for this one, or like a name that you put in for this one, come and put it back in for the next time, and then we'll just go. I don't know how we're gonna pick it each time, but we'll maybe if
Mate,
there's one name that comes up.
we'll get a spin the wheel, mate.
Oh yeah, shit, that's a good idea. Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
get a spin the wheel, mate. That's what
yeah.
we'll do.
Okay, we'll do
hmm
that for next time. Uh,
hmm
we've got one up already. How do I share the screen? There you go. Hold on. So this is Mr. Max Wadsworth. Now, Max is born in 2004.
Mate,
Max is 20.
what is
21 or 20. I don't know. No, it's 21. Um, it's fucking ridiculous. I actually met Max uh, just before Christmas, or quite a while ago, actually. At some point last year, when I was down south seeing Lucy's family, because he trained. That's where he's from. And he came up. This was like before he blew up on social media and shit. And he came up to me and he was like, "Oh," and I saw this fucking unit walking over to me in a vest. He was like, "Oh, bro, I watched you on YouTube." I was like, "Oh, sick, man." He was like, "You're massive." I was just like, "Bro, what? Shut up!
it's
Shut the fuck up!"
that is mate,
I was,
that is literally someone where you just look at him and just go, what the
yeah.
fuck?
I was like, "How old are you?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm only 20." I was like, "There's no fucking way." And he was like, I was like, "Oh, have you compete? Are you like, do you compete?" He was like, "Oh, I've only just started bodybuilding. I'm going to compete next year." I was like,
Mate.
"What?" Because he was a power lifter before. I think there's a
I saw that bench press world record holder. What?
yeah. So like he was a really good power. Obviously, built fucking foundations of muscle, like ridiculous foundations of muscle, uh, and quite easily transitioned into bodybuilding and being an absolute fucking freak.
Mate, he's got a cheat code.
Yeah. And yeah, when I this like social media doesn't do him justice. Like it's scary how big this guy is in person.
I mean, if you know anything about bodybuilding, mate, and you see that, you know photos and videos don't do him justice.
Hmm.
No chance. The
Like we
guy,
get like this is like proper downlighting, but it really doesn't matter. Like bro, it's just obviously when you see the what do you call it, the fucking CPAP mask, and he has said that on social media, he is just doing that to like rage bait people and just get views. Um, because like obviously people are gonna click on this shit and be like,
mate, fair
yeah,
play to the
bro,
guy.
run it. I would do this
Right,
exact
mate,
same thing.
run it to the highest. Because trust me, if I was looking like that, I would do the exact same. And
Uh-huh.
if anyone says different, they're lying.
Exactly.
If it's working, if it's
And
bringing traction, if it's making him get sponsorships like Hard Body, trained by JP, obviously he's working fucking hard to get where he is, and not let's not take that away. To get that size in such a
yeah,
short time, it takes hard work. But if you've got something where people can see you and go, "Oh, that's that guy," like you spoke to me about him before, you didn't even tell me that we were going
yeah,
to talk about him, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know what guy you're on about."
yeah. He's just freakish. So he is competing this year. Now, I just saw he's just got it's still your first cycle if you just never came on. Uh, so I don't know if he's posted this anywhere or anything, but from what I understand, he is competing later this year, um, looking to go down the IFBB route, obviously, as he should.
Obviously.
Um, but from my understanding, if anyone here watching this or listening to this is doing a first timers for PCA at some point this year, you might get the scare of your life when this man shows up backstage.
I mean, imagine going to tanning with him. Oh, what class are you in, mate? Oh, yeah, what bodybuilding medium? Yeah. No, junior. What?
Juniors, bro.
Yeah,
And the
what?
thing, he's not even like 23, like turning 24.
I'm not
Man's
joking, mate.
21.
My advice for him, 100% take your passport to PCA, mate, because I would not believe that you are
Yeah.
21 years old. No chance. That's what they did for a few people. I believe they did it for Matt Warren, I swear they
Yeah.
did. I'm not surprised, mate. The guy's huge.
Yeah,
But I would definitely take some form of identification.
definitely. Because even at like 20, man, like, oh, it's outrageous, man.
He looks like dense, mate. It look like, do you know what I mean? Like,
That's from powerlifting. It has to be from the sheer amount of load he's had to move in all those lifts.
it's
For
a real nice
probably
shape as well, mate. Like,
like
it's
the shape
really
is
nice.
fantastic. He's yeah, freakish, man.
I think if he, when I should say, he gets into condition, because let's be realistic, it's not going to be an issue with how lean he is now. But I honestly think, mate, like I can see him turning like pro very, very soon, genuinely. And I think it's going to happen. It's a case of when, not if. But and the fact he's doing like quarter turns as well, mate. He's posing with Sammy. Like,
Yeah.
you can't really get much better, can you, bro? To be honest.
So
Fair play, mate. Run it to
he
the run it to the
he's
hills.
he's being coached by I just saw his Instagram. Which one were we looking at before? It was one of these ones,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
him. It was that the video there. Yeah,
There's a which video was I on? Oh, hold on. Was I on this one? No. This one. Chris Jones. So Chris Jones owns a gym called Evolve Fitness. Sorry.
that's Samson's dude, isn't it?
He was like one of Samson's first ever coaches when like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and he's a NABA pro. He used to be fucking sick. He still is. He's like dude's like almost 60 and he's still built like a unit.
Mate, if you see an old guy and you see Naba Pro,
Yeah. He knows
instantly incredible bodybuilder because
yeah.
Naba back in the day, fair play, man. Fair
He
play.
I don't know if he's got any pictures of him like when he was competing. Ah, there's a few here. But yeah, no, I think he's a NABA judge as well. But yeah, so he's helping Max. And when I remember when I asked Max, I said, who's your coach? When he told me it was him, I was like, yeah, bro, you're in the right place. Like, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, you're all good, mate. Wow, incredible, mate.
Yeah, very,
Genuinely
very cool.
fair enough, man.
So for anyone who's listening, it's Maximus underscore Wads, WADS. He's got 38K, which is crazy. He's blown up at the moment. I think Greg Doucette did a video on him recently. Yeah, he did recently. So get in there and watch him turn pro this year and
Yeah,
witness fucking crazy shit.
yeah, man. I'm here for that for sure. But yeah, next week we'll do like a spin the wheel
Yeah.
because I had, like I said, I had loads come through.
Yeah, we got quite a few. What we can do is if we any of the ones we didn't pick in this one, we'll put them in the wheel as well, and then get a few more from
100%.
next week and just have a big fuck off wheel. To be
Yeah.
honest, if we do them quite quickly, like just do like a quick one, we could probably do two or three in a week
hmm
at a time. If not, I'd rather just do like a good one and shine some.
we'll see on the day, but I do agree. The more, the better, and we will tick everyone off. We will tick everyone off for sure, because the whole point again of this podcast is to make sure we're bringing light, and obviously, if it can shed some light to some people who's on prep and bring some audience to them, that's the main thing. But I think that's it, mate.
Yeah, man.
That's what we'll do. We'll wrap this one up, but we'll be back next week. We're going to be churning out one, two a week. But for now, we'll see you in the next one. But like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Any shares is greatly appreciated. I had a few messages off the back of the first one saying it's good to see us back. So we appreciate it all. We're on Spotify, we're on YouTube. We've got the Spotify issue sorted, so that's all well and good as well. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.
Boom.